Okay, perfect. Perfect. You see all this shit in the corner? There's no way all this shit fits in that one suitcase. Where are they pulling this shit from? What kind of secret hidden pocket do they have? Do they have some sort of bag of holding thing? Like, come on, please, someone, tell me. I need to know. Explain this to me. I can't go on like this. I need an answer. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Frieren Beyond Journey's End, episode 10 of Season 2. Now, previously on Dragon Ball Z, we had learned about how Himmel had received a notebook that he decided to write in to document their journey, and then proceeded to lose the book accidentally. Now, many years later, they managed to recover it, and I believe Frieren decided to take up the mantle and continue the notebook. With that said, let us just get into episode 10, shall we?
とんでもなく深い渓谷だな。そこが全く見えないぞ。
3000メートルの大絶壁だ。
Jeez.
大陸で一番深い渓谷なんだよ。
それでこれどう渡るんだ?
Oh yeah, they keep saying northern plateau rather than northern continent. Why do I... It was probably some other show that I watched where they kept saying northern continent, so...
すごい風ですね。これでは飛行魔法では渡れませんね。
なんかちょっと前にも似たようなことがあったな。
かなりの大回りになるね。下流の方はどうなんですか? 海に面した場所も3000メートルの断崖絶壁だ。景色はとてもいいみたいだけど行ってみる? 結構です。どちらにせよ、このままだと渓谷を越えるのに2週間はかかるかな。かなりかかりますね。もしかしたらそろそろできてるかな。何の話ですか?
Someone building a bridge?
とにかく上流を目指そうか。
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
途中で渓谷を渡れるかも。見えてきたね。
There it is.
すげえな。あれってもしかして橋か?
できているみたいだね。ゲーン。
久しいな、フリーレン。
無事橋はできたみたいだね。
ああ。
200年前からここに橋を作っているドワーフだ。
すごいな。
でも驚いたよ。これだけの橋ができているのなら交通の要所になっていてもおかしくない。なのに全然噂を聞かなかったから、まだできていないものだと思っていたよ。
実は一つ問題があってな。大型の鳥の魔物が強風を起こしていてな。先日も黄金鏡とやらを目指した商人の一団が馬車ごと飛ばされた。
So the path to this golden land is past here. Interesting. I'm guessing that's where we're gonna be heading because we did see how Frieren clearly knew of this golden land and had some history there.
あれはいくらでも湧いてくる。近くに大きな巣ができたらしくてな。
I'm actually really surprised. I think I mentioned this some episodes ago as well, but I'm surprised people live in these places. I'm surprised there's still any kind of trade at all. If monster attacks are so common, I really like this is probably just one of those things where it's like I'm kind of like, really? Like, but like if it's so dangerous, let's remember here that the whole point of the mage exam thing was so that they would be able to come to these areas because it's so dangerous that you need one of the strongest mages around to accompany you. Otherwise you're just gonna die. It's that dangerous, and yet you just have people randomly living in these areas. Okay, now you're kind of pushing my what's it called? Suspension of disbelief, I mean, it's supposedly so dangerous, and yet people are just living casually. I mean, it'd be one thing, like maybe this guy might be able to live here because he is very powerful or something, maybe, I don't know, but like, we saw like last episode, like you have these like towns, you have these cities here, and I mean maybe a city would have some sort of military or like, you know, like heavy guards, and like, you know, they might be able to repel monster attacks, but it feels like it's too easy, you know, considering how super dangerous this place is supposed to be. It just feels like it's not that dangerous. And they talk about like, you know, merchants coming around and stuff like that, but like, so are these merchants being escorted by first-class mages? Somehow I doubt that, right? Somehow I doubt that. We did see, fuck, what was his name? The old guy. Him going to his old village, I guess, probably. And he was kind of escorting this caravan, I guess, but he jumped off halfway through, so it's like he was more like just getting a ride from them. So I wouldn't say it was a job to escort them. So it's like, you know, they talk about these, as I said, like these merchants coming here and, you know, caravans. It's like, are they all being escorted by first-class mages? But there's no way, right? There's like only, how many first-class mages? Like definitely not a lot of them. So I'm really starting to get the feeling that, you know, let's be honest, the whole first-class mage exam was kind of just a excuse. It was an excuse, right? Like you clearly this area is not that dangerous that you need first-class mages to be able to enter it. Because I fully expected, like, considering you need a first-class mage escorting you to be able to come to this area, this plateau or whatever, this northern plateau, I fully expected it to be like a very, very dangerous area where there's barely any people. They even had that, like, one scene, like, a couple episodes back where, you know, they left they left like the fortress area or whatever, and then as soon as they stepped out basically and were like 5 minutes into the forest, they got attacked by dangerous monsters, right? It felt like they were actually setting up a, hey, past this point, it's very, very dangerous, right? This is why you need a first-class mage, right? But ever since then, they kind of like just moved on from that and now just went back to how they were doing things outside of the northern plateau, where they just kind of, you know, random people living everywhere, you know, it's kind of peaceful. Yeah, there's monster attacks, but like it seems like the monsters don't really attack anybody, or I mean maybe they do, but like I don't know, something about this feels weird. It feels like the place is supposed to be more dangerous than it actually is, or how it's actually portrayed.
報酬は
パンケーキを上手にひっくり返す魔法だ。材料もある。明日は豪華な朝食が食べられる。
Now you're just taking the piss. Like, come on, man. You know, I buy the back scratcher, honestly, because that I can kind of imagine like, hey, some old mage who can't like reach back there is like, hey, I'm just gonna use magic, right? But like, I mean, come on. Really? You're taking the piss now, because this just requires a little bit of practice. I don't think literally any mage in this universe would spend so much time to create this whole grimoire for one fucking spell to flip pancakes perfectly. The guy who created this spell must have been some insane pancake connoisseur. It must have really wanted his pancakes perfect.
引き受けた。ゲーエンの話だとここら辺だね。さすがに険しいですね。気をつけてね。落ちたら一巻の終わりだよ。
ところでゲーンはなんでこの渓谷に橋を作っていたんだ？
多分後悔だろうね。
そうか、橋は建設中か。残念だな。ゲーエンはなぜこんなところで橋を作っているんだ？
昔この近くにあったわしの村が魔族に襲われてな。一番近い。
See? I mean, you can literally cross already. I mean, come on. Also, how do you even like... Okay, maybe I shouldn't start thinking about this. I'm gonna gap too long for no reason. I was just wondering, like, how the fuck in this universe do they, without magic, how do they build this? You know? Like, in today's world, in our modern day, like, I can understand, you know, with machinery and stuff, but like in cranes and stuff like that. But like without magic, how do you build this? Without machinery, without anything, like, you know, how by yourself as well? How is that even? Considering it's a fucking 3,000 meter drop, and the only way across is 2 weeks away to the other side. So it's like, you know, how is that even?
対岸の都市にいた。あの時、ここに橋があったら皆助かったんだ。
これを使ってくれ。とある貴族の宝剣を魔族から取り返した時に受け取った報酬だ。
すごい額だな。受け取れん。これを受け取るのに見合った対価をわしは持ち合わせておらん。
この橋がある。
ん？橋ができるのは早くともお前が寿命で死んでからだ。
対価はフリーレンが受け取るさ。1000年は持つくらい丈夫に作ってくれ。
わかった。
See, that's nice. That is a lot more, that's one of the better ones that Himmel did. I was a little bit like, kind of like, about the statues, you know, like, nice little idea. But like this is like, it's a gift to my friend 100 years from now. You know, I started thinking about, like, are we even sure that these are demons? You know, like, they call them demons, but, like, are they really even demons? Maybe they're just big birds. Is there any difference? I mean, they're still dangerous, and, you know, taking care of them probably is the safest course of action, but...
村でゆっくり老後を過ごすさ。
お、帰ってきたぞ。ちょうどいいタイミングだ。よかったな、ゲーン。今夜は宴だ。
フリーレン。200年もあれば、また新しく村もできる。
そっか。
I mean, that's nice and all, but again, how are they not in danger all the time? It's just so weird to me, you know? There's all these demons, all these monsters around all the time, but like... I don't know. Okay, perfect. You see all this shit in the corner? There's no way all this shit fits in that one suitcase. Where are they pulling this shit from? What kind of secret hidden pocket do they have? Do they have some sort of bag of holding thing going on where it's like a magical bag that they can just, you know, the bag is inside the suitcase? Like, come on, please, someone, tell me. I need to know. Explain this to me. I can't go on like this. I need an answer. I mean, Frieren... I mean, if Frieren wanted to, she could be easily super rich. Really, like... We saw her, you know, finding that mineral. the other day, you know, in some episodes back, right? Come on. Like, she could just do that and immediately become rich.
その生節結晶ってのを探してロギンを稼ぐんだな。
シュタルクもまだまだ甘いね。生節結晶はめったに見つかるものじゃない。だから高価なんだ。
じゃあどうやって稼ぐんだよ。
冒険者相手に商売をしている市場を見に行こうか。パン1個、銀貨1枚。相場の10倍以上しますね。生節結晶の採掘で稼いでいる裕福な冒険者を相手にしているわけだからね。他の地域よりも物価は上がる。
Well, that and most likely the fact that you'd have to travel who knows how long to the nearest city or village to buy some bread. Otherwise, you're going to starve, right? So these merchants do the smart thing. They bring a lot of that, you know, stock to this place and then sell them here for exorbitant prices.
なるほどな。
Smart.
生節結晶が高価なのは2つの理由がある。一つはその希少性。もう一つは凶暴な魔物がうろつく危険地帯にあるからだ。討伐依頼の報酬も上がっているということですね。さすがだね、フェルン。
この場所に地元の人間しか知らない大規模な鉱脈がある。ここに作っている魔物を倒してほしい。それと討伐が終わったらこの場所に対人結界を張ってほしいんだ。
対人結界？
ああ、人が立ち入れないようにしてほしい。
わかった。引き受けるよ。それにしても対人結界を張ってほしいだなんて変わった依頼ですね。横取りを防ぐために対人結界を張って場所を抑えること自体は珍しいことじゃないよ。
True, but I think this is probably that is the first thing you think of, but I think this might be there might be more to this.
とにかく討伐に向かおうか。
It could be that it's like too dangerous, and that's why they want it sealed off. Or what else could there be? Like maybe this guy thinks that. Ooh,
大きな魔物だな。
油断しないようにね。
is that
討
Clevitas?
伐依頼が出ていたってことは野営地の冒険者じゃ歯が立たなかったってことだ。じゃあ倒すよ。
I kind of wish they wouldn't have to fight every single animal. You know, again, is this even a demon? I kind of wish there would be more, just magical creatures, you know? That would be cool. Ooh. Instinct. Instinct is strong with this one. Notice how flying magic is being used right now? Now granted, I mean, at least in this situation, you know, even if they are using flying magic against the grounded enemy, which is smart, they might not be able to hit him, because clearly he's dodging everything, right? See, this would be the perfect time to teach Fern new magic. Legitimately, that's one of the things that I really want to see in the show. An enemy that is just dodging all your attacks because you only know one specific attack. Perfect time to teach her how to do something new. Is she making like one big blast or something? Ooh! That's a fucking nuke.
かな。
フリーレン様、静かに。
Now, it would be nice if she was able to do it the other way around as well. Make smaller beams, more precise beams, right? I want to see that. Assuming she's not going to learn, or maybe at least not yet, but assuming she's not going to learn, you know, different spells, like, the least you could do is do the other way around as well, right? Smaller, more precise beams. That'd be cool. Uh-oh.
どういうことだよ。
さっきの魔物はこの辺りの主だったみたいだ。まあどちらにしても全て倒さないと依頼を果たしたとは言えない。
魔力は持つのかよ。
私は大丈夫です。やるしかないね。
That's a little boring. I mean, it's still fine, but like, I was kind of hoping to see a Frieren moment.
機体の魔物たちが不穏な動きをしていたので追ってきたのだが、あなた方だったとは。
ありがとう。おかげで助かったよ。
では、
こんな辺境にまですごいな。
彼らは支配下にある一帯を巡回している部隊だそうだよ。北部高原も少しずつ変わってきているみたいだ。今夜はここで野営だね。
Where are they pulling all this shit from? What kind of secret back pocket do they have?
起きてください。あと5時間。それより見てください。清雪結晶の鉱脈が朝日に照らされて綺麗ですよ。そうだね。
まさかこんな光景に出会えるとはね。
綺麗だな。
このために魔王を倒す価値は十分あるな。僕たちが魔王を倒せば、この美しい光景を誰もが見られる時代が来るんだ。
More like it's all going to be mined and sold.
ってわけにはいかないけど、たくさんの人がこの光景を見られる時代が実際にやってきた。
So how much of that
本当に美しい
do
です
they
ね。
like? How much does 1
でも
kilogram
そ
of
れに
of
人々
that
にギリギリ
crystal
されている。
sell for? That's what I want to
少
know.
し寂しいけど、これもまた時代の流れだね。それじゃあもう少し見たら結界を張って戻ろうか。
ありがとう。助かったよ。
And you see exactly right. The barrier is probably so that people don't mine it, because this guy wants to keep the site to be beautiful. That's probably why.
の鉱脈を保護できる。
保護。
Exactly.
採掘のための結界じゃないの。
俺はこの地方出身の冒険者でな。あの美しい光景を見て冒険者を目指したんだ。感謝する。おかげで故郷の景色を守れた。
そう。
Well, until he dies, and then you know his children will realize, oh, we're sitting on a gold mine, and then they sell it.
今思えばハイター様は私の故郷を守ってくださったのかもしれません。故郷の地こそ戦争で失ってしまいましたが、おかげで大切な思い出までなくさずに済みました。
俺もだよ。俺が故郷から逃げたって話をした時、フェルンはそんなの関係ないって言って俺を信じてくれたしな。フェルンはいつも背中を押してくれるよな。なんでだ？
フリーレン様ならそうするからですよ。
Ooh, that's very interesting, isn't it? That's exactly what Frieren says about Himmel.
彼女はエーデル2級魔法使い。精神魔法の専門家だ。
I've already met.
彼女が得た情報は君にとって有益なものになると思うよ。
電剣、テオ、わしの記憶を渡す。
ああ。君の任務は黄金鏡を封印する結界の維持と管理だ。くれぐれも余計な真似はしないようにね。
Very interesting. This golden land.
電剣
What's the deal with the Golden Land?
墓参りは諦めろ。
分かっている。
死ぬつもりじゃな。
少し羨ましいよ。私はゼーリエ様の命には逆らえないから。敵は最後にして最強の七宝剣。
Ah!
黄金鏡のマハト。黄金に変えられた故郷を救うために立ち向かうだなんて。まるでおとぎ話の英雄みたいじゃないか。
Alright. So, okay, we got some good information about this Golden Land. So apparently, not only is it Denkin's home village, but also I don't think that the village was golden previously, so it was turned golden, whatever golden means exactly. And that it's being ruled over by the last one. I was expecting that we were going to see the final one, the final Sage of Destruction or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, there he is. And I'm pretty sure Frieren and the gang is heading towards this place as well, I think. But I suppose we shall see. Okay, yeah, so I just looked it up, and apparently this is the last episode of Season 2, which is surprising, to say the least. I fully expected a 20-something episode season again, but apparently not. Once they started playing the music over the credits, I was like, they don't usually do that normally. So I started suspecting that something was up, and apparently, yes, this is the final episode. I did see that there was a Season 3 announced already, so, you know, I guess we'll have to wait for that, but unfortunately, now it's over. Yep, it's over. There's no more. Until Season 3, there's no more. Sad. It's just very sad. Not gonna lie, I was kind of enjoying it. Now it's over. And now we gotta wait. Again. I'm gonna imagine that Season 3 is gonna have to do with this guy. Because, I mean, ultimately, right now, there's only... this guy is the strongest demon that we know of that exists. I assume Season 3 is going to be the arc where we deal with this guy. Yeah, I mean, great episode. Kinda weak as a ending of a season, I will say that. I think when you're ending seasons, I think you should 100% do maybe a small arc with 2 episodes at least, like a small story that takes place over the course of 2 episodes. But yeah, that was episode 10, the final episode of season 2. I hope you enjoyed, and we shall be back next time when season 3 comes out. Until then, ladies and gents, adieu.